Ravenheart and endless taverns that it is becoming increasingly difficult to find new music to promote by third-party artists. That inspiring tune was Democracy's Light by Coda. Also, on that note, I am further expanding audience participation. If you know of Helldiver's music that isn't by Rogan Ravenheart or Endless Taverns, just send it to my work email. It's not that I don't want to hear from them. Every song is an audible treat. I just need some help locating and promoting others. It's only fair. Now that this slight change in policy is out of the way, good evening, my beloved professional administrators of state-certified ultraviolence. Well, today has been quite a day with a double Sporefall event occurring on Akamar 4 and Fact Bay, and they got shown the door. I might have mentioned this before, but there's a minimum dress code enforced on super-Earth planets. And if you don't have a cape, my bouncers are going to see how much face skid they can score when they throw your sorry butts out. Obviously, Steve civilians get a free pass because my friends drink free, and I'm friends with everyone on super-Earth. The next major hurdle is Esker. And the sooner we turn that whole planet into a smoldering fungusless crater, the happier I'll be. That will likely be the Liberation Fleet's focus for tomorrow, and then we'll grab Earth and Sands back from the bugs for the last day. The major order is due to wrap up Wednesday, 7 a.m. Super Earth Eastern Standard Democratic Time, so we can have all this wrapped up by then. 2 planets, 2 days. No problem. You've run a faster pace before. However, all wars have casualties, and it's my great displeasure to report that the SES Sword of Supremacy, operated by a close personal friend of mine, was struck by an interplanetary terminate spore launch that impacted with greater force than an automaton STS weapon, although the stupid bugs don't realize what they did. The fight for damage control to save the ship lasted several hours, but was finally stabilized a short time ago with fires extinguished and hull breaches sealed. For now, the crisis over. They took more than a few casualties, and the last I heard, the ship is slowly limping its way back to the planet of New Haven, where it will make use of the top-of-the-line dry dock facilities to repair the more extensive structural damage. The larger repairs should take roughly 1 week, so we'll be down Rogan Ravenheart's super destroyer for the time being. The rest of us will have to fight twice as hard to make up for him. That way when he comes back, we can all gloat and say, look at all these bad guys we killed while you were off eating bonbons and sipping champagne. For shame. Speaking on a more personal note, something terrifying and exhilarating happened to me today. Saban offered to trade places with me and let me use his hellpod while he watched the ship. And my every survival instinct was screaming, no, don't do it. You'll be dead. He's trying to kill you. But then I did it anyway. It was horrifying and awful and absolutely a blast, and I realized I like flamethrowers a lot. Like, the entire process was one of the most intense experiences of my life. I think my feet went up into my brains from the hellpod drop. Going from low orbit to planetside inside of about 15 seconds is... I simply don't have the words. I can't imagine how this must feel on a near constant basis. Fact Bay was hot and sweaty and sandy, and death was literally on every possible corner, but I had access to my brother's loadout, with him giving me instructions in my ear the whole time, and I think we did all right. But then, Hunter jumped up on me. I remember that, and it stabbed its claws into me, and I think I died. But then how am I still here? I think that's something to unpack for later, but point is, I totally understand how and why you guys like to do this. And who knows, you might get lucky and catch me planetside someday, fighting the good fight and doing some frontline reporting. That's been Liberty's latest with me, the Radio Angel. Tomorrow begins the conquest of Esker, and I highly advise flame weapons to get rid of all those hell fungus spores. We're operating on a tight timetable, so we can't afford to dabble. Helldivers to Hellpods. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.